What's up, Internet? This is Chris Mark Reed bringing you picks on the Bluffs coverage of Week 9. Last week was a pretty calm week. You could say we had the debacle in the Florida State Notre Dame game where it was a fluke pass interference call. I didn't get it. I didn't stay up to watch that game because I didn't really care who won. But that's just about all that happened last week. So let's go ahead and get to this week's picks. We have started out Thursday night, Connecticut at number 18 at East Carolina. East Carolina is a big shocker, you could say. I'm going to go with East Carolina on this one because Connecticut is just, as you can say, not a good team. And East Carolina will score up. It's going to score up in the 50s to 60 marks, maybe. They've been doing that. Friday night, we have a Friday night game. Oregon number 6 at California. Another West Coast teams, and the West Coast offenses they like to run. I'm going to go with Oregon because Ducks and whatever. California just is not that good in their conference right now. Number 1 Mississippi State. They got a bye week last week. They get to play Kentucky this week, and they should get a very, very easy win. Dak is going to get Mississippi State an easy win against a very bad Kentucky team. Well, I can't say that. Kentucky is one of the. Is not a. You can't say a good SEC team, but they're not horrible. They're kind of in the middle. So I'm gonna go with Mississippi State over Kentucky. The game day game of the week, as you see on my screen back here, we got LSU hosting number 3 Ole Miss. LSU is number 24. It should be a good game, but I don't think LSU can handle Ole Miss. As you can see, well, you can't see anything because all you can see is me on the screen, but LSU, they just haven't played. They haven't played consistently, and Ole Miss has played consistently, blowing out people and then getting the wins, and what else can you say? Like I said, College Game Day is going to be here, and you got all these people saying, "Oh, College Game Day has got a bias. They're like SEC teams the best." Well, when 4 of the 5 top teams in the nation are SEC teams, why not go to an SEC school? So that's enough about that. Ole Miss gets the win. Number 4, Alabama at Tennessee. Shouldn't be a bad game. Alabama did give Texas A&M their first shutout since their new coach has got there. And Alabama will probably kick Tennessee's butt. Let's go with that. South Carolina at number 5, Auburn. Auburn's back in the top 5 after losing to Mississippi State. And they'll definitely beat South Carolina. And I don't like South Carolina at all. The Battle of the Michigan at Michigan State, who is number 8. This should be a very, very easy game for Michigan State. Just this whole year for Michigan is down the gutter. Texas Tech at number 10, TCU. TCU is trying to put in their bid to get in the playoff, but I mean we're getting down to the end of it. I mean, and the playoff committee gives us their first top 25, the 28th I think it was. They said. So after this week, we'll get the top 25 on what they pick, but I'm not gonna go by it. I'll keep going by the coaches poll, because coaches, they know who a good football team is, and the people on the committee, I mean, Condoleezza Rice, does she know anything about football? And I mean, Archie Manning was on it, and then he said he's quit because of health reasons, and he was about the best person on the committee that I can remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. But TCU beats Texas Tech. Another Texas team. We got Texas at number 11, Kansas State. Texas gave I think Texas gave Oklahoma a run when they played, but I don't think they'll beat Kansas State. Kansas State is back up there after losing to Auburn, but Auburn, a top 5 team, yeah. Number 13, Ohio State gets another easy game with Penn State. Ohio State wins, even with, their bad team and all. Number 14, Arizona State at Washington. Arizona State here. Now let's just flip-flop that. Let's flip-flop that. Number 15, Arizona at Washington State. I'm sticking with the Arizona team. So Arizona State beats Washington State, and Arizona State beats Washington. Rutgers at Nebraska. And I said last week that Ohio State could have been upset by Rutgers, and Ohio State killed Rutgers, so I can't go with Rutgers here. You got to stick with Nebraska. Number 20 USC at number 19 Utah. This could be a very interesting game. Close teams in the rankings. About teams that are about as good as each other. I'm going to go with the upset and go with number 20 USC. They've won their past 2 games. Let's just see what happens. I'll probably lose this game, but oh well. Syracuse at number 21 Clemson. We jumped 3 more spots, even though we just barely beat Boston College. I'm gonna go with I gotta go with my team. Gotta go with Clemson. I think we should handle Syracuse because they're a bottom tier ACC team in my opinion. Number 22, West Virginia at Oklahoma State. Gonna go with West Virginia, even though I hate West Virginia after that Orange Bowl game 3 years ago, I think. Now, and Oklahoma State just isn't to my liking. Florida Atlantic at number 23 Marshall. They did the FPI or FBI, not it's F Football Power Index poll of what teams they think will go undefeated. It was like a 60% chance Marshall is going to go undefeated the rest of the season. So I'm liking Marshall over Florida Atlantic. And finally, the last ranked game, number 25, UCLA at Colorado. UCLA definitely gets the win. Colorado, Colorado hasn't been good in a while. Now to the unranked ACC SEC teams, our quick picks. Thursday night, Miami, Florida at Virginia Tech. I'm gonna go with Virginia Tech. Seen as I'm trying to think what happened. They outpowered Pittsburgh last Thursday. So look out for a Virginia Tech win. North Carolina at Virginia. I like Virginia in this one because Virginia is more of a constant team than North Carolina. North Carolina could be up here one week, down here the other week, and Virginia's usually up here and here. Boston College at Wake Forest. I think Boston College showed me great potential, and they beat. They didn't beat, but they almost beat Clemson. So I like Boston College over Wake Forest. Georgia Tech at Pittsburgh. Georgia Tech has only lost 1 game. I'm going to go with Georgia Tech to beat Pittsburgh again. And Pittsburgh will probably prove me wrong, but let's go with Georgia Tech. UAB at Arkansas. Arkansas should get the win here. And that's a should in quotations, but you never know with Arkansas. And finally, Vanderbilt at Missouri, the only unranked SEC matchup. I like Missouri. Vanderbilt just isn't got the gas it needs to beat the Missouri team. So that's it for NCAA. Stay tuned for NFL. I'm Chris Mark Reed, signing out.